Wrong button. I hadn't done this in a while, so y'all bear with me. But we are in the building. We are in the building. We are in the building. We are live. It is out of Southern Laguna, and we have a star-studded panel tonight. We've got Brother Static in the building. We've got Line Tech, and we've got my man from another land, Anfield, in the building. What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
I'm good, boys.
Yeah, all good, man. Can't complain, man. All good.
Sweet, man. So we are here. We are here. Everybody in the chat room, make sure that you follow everybody today, man. Make sure you are hitting that like button, smashing it, getting that algorithm rolling. And man, it has been a wild week in the Premier League. And we've just begun this title charge for everybody, man. A massive game last week with Man City. A lot of fans pissed off. Arsenal didn't go for it. For me personally, as I stated, you may have already heard it. If you have not heard it, was perfectly fine with the draw. Anytime you don't lose to City in the calendar year, well, in a season rather, you don't complain. You just take it and you take what you can get and you move on, because you don't see that too often. It's kind of like seeing the white tiger. You might see it every blue moon. Uncle Rod, y'all last week, you all had to get some work done before we played, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be a case of back and forth, forth and back. It's going to be everybody's going to be switching and up. It's just going to be like a horse race. You got to just going around the first turn until you get to the straightaway, and then you'll figure out who's going to win. But for right now, my brother, looks like just going to be a case of nothing's going to be clear until probably the end of the month. So, brother, first, how you doing, and what's your thoughts on this past week, man?
Yeah, I'm great, and then, listen, I'm happy to be on this show, man. Because as I said it today, right, you're good people. So I'm happy to be on the show with all these other guys as well. Do you know what I mean? Good to see these other guys and chop you up with these guys, man. Still, you know what I mean? Listen, it's been an eventful week. Do you know what I mean? It's been a situation today where people thought that Arsenal couldn't make a title charge, but they're doing it. They're making a title charge, and fair play to them. Do you know what I mean? As you said, I think what's going to happen is going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. We're not really going to get a clear picture. We can put it this way: we can feel at the end of the day that who's going to win it. Do you know what I mean, right? But to be honest, at that, I think Man City's out of it. I think Man City's out of it.
You think?
Say, no. I think they're out of it. I don't think they're consistent enough, because you think about it, there, right? They couldn't score a goal against you, yeah. The other day they couldn't score. No matter how much possession they had, they couldn't score against Arsenal. Yeah, the game they play against us, right? By rights, we should have won that, because we should have had a penalty at the end. That was a stone cold penalty that we should have had. You know what I mean? Right? We didn't get it. All right, we moved. You know what I mean? Right? Well, that was 1-1, and they struggled against us. We employed a tactics on them where we cut off De Bruyne's supply. We literally cut off De Bruyne's supply, and in the end, they had to take him off, and he was screwing. Yeah, but like I just think at the way that Arsenal's playing at the moment, and Arsenal's at the moment are being able to sort of like grind out sort of like results and get these results. And then you have sort of like Liverpool at the day that's sort of like the comeback kings, Big up Fuzzy, man. That's my good friend Fuzzy Worm, man. That's my good friend that he's got a channel. You know what I mean? A really, really good friend of mine. Yeah, so like you got Liverpool at the day, obviously the comeback kings, you know what I mean? Able to get the results like we did last night. It's going to be interesting between Arsenal and Liverpool. It's going to be interesting, really interesting, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it because this is what title charges are what's all about. It ain't supposed to be sort of like, well, you know what, in the day, right? In February, you know who's going to win the title. Ain't supposed to be about that because we've been through all that with the Man United days and everything like that, right? Where you knew in the day before they kicked the ball in there, they was going to win a title. I'm not with that. That's not. I don't watch football for that. I watch football every day to see people in this league fighting for the honours. Do you know what I mean? Not just like lying down, rolling over, getting the tummy tickled. I'm not feeling that. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting. And listen, at the day, right? I still feel at the day that we've got enough to do it. Do you know what I mean? I could be wrong, but I still feel we've got enough to do it. But you know what? Arsenal's doing well at the moment, doing very, very well, and they're getting the results that they need, getting the results they need. So I commend Arsenal as well. I commend them. So
Static, brother. We were in the building this past Sunday and midweek as well, brother. What's your take on this week, man? I mean, we drew a game and we got 3 points, so we didn't draw. We didn't get the draw. We didn't take. We made wholesale changes for Luton. Uh, I mean, a lot of people were kind of up in arms. We didn't take Luton to the sword, but I mean, you kind of got to look at you bring on you bringing in 6 or 7 players, that they hadn't played more. They hadn't played more than 30 minutes combined together all season, so there was going to be a little bit of a drop off, but it was also good that we were able to rest players, and because we're going to need everybody, all hands on deck going forward. So, what was your take on this week's performances and your outlook going forward here?
First of all, Matt, thank you for having me on. Again,
Bro,
it's been way too long.
You know better than that, man. You got to tell me thank you, man. You like family.
Yeah, you're my bro always, man. So gotta be thankful for my bro here. Big love and respect to the panel and to everyone live chat as well. Yeah, performances have been very good. Especially lately, it has been a crazy week. That's for sure. In my honest opinion, I'm not gonna lie. When the game ended, I I was actually screaming in disgust. I was just because it's like, how did we not win that game? So because it's just I've seen this all before in the last 20 years from Arsenal. It's just any points dropped is just it's cruel and it's unforgivable. So of course it's a positive result. It's a good draw, but it's the way I look at it as a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, it's good, but it also costs us because, well, if we had won, yeah, we would have remained top first. But it wasn't meant to be, and because it was in our hands, but now it's out of our hands. So all we can do is just keep winning and keep going, and we see what happens. Look, yeah, I understand where people are coming from. Look, we were fantastic defensively, but offensively, we were very poor. But like I said, in my opinion, it was 2 points dropped. So even though, yes, it was a positive result. So I'm trying to look at all angles here. So, but yeah, the game against Luton, look, we rested, 6 players. So
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, well, yeah, 6 players. So that I kind of expected the performance to be a little bit weaker. But look, it was a standard 2-0 win, so I'll take that. I did actually predict 5-0, but I did say I would settle for at least 3-0. So I'm only a teeny tiny bit disappointed it wasn't 3-0. But look, I'm not complaining because look, as long as we won next game, which we did, and we go on to Brighton for the next game. But yeah, just I kind of wanted, like I said, for selfish reasons. Obviously, I know people say, "Oh, we still got big goal difference. It's not a problem." But in my opinion, I just like I said, I've seen this all before. I can never say no to not increasing the goal difference, especially when I heard Man City won 4-1 against Aston Villa, and obviously Liverpool won 3-1. But look, I know the goal difference is very good, but just like I said, just you never know. So I'm always cautious. Maybe it's because I'm still holding back from well, as you know, Matt, the humongous collapse 12 months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm still keeping calm until the last game of the season. So look, we're doing very well. We've been fantastic since we come back from the Dubai break. Let's be honest. Long may it continue. But yeah, like I said, look, I'm happy with the performances, especially both defensively and offensively. Long may it continue.
Yeah. I think every Arsenal fan is kind of like that person that's in church and the pastor say, bow your head and close your eyes. You still got your eyes open. You still looking. You still looking because just in case something pop off, you want to be ready. So that's kind of how we all are. I think everybody subliminally has it in the back of their head. Darren said it earlier, but I'm praying. I'm trying to remain positive. I'm trying to be as positive as I can be. And just hope that we can get over the line, man.
There's always that but, Matt. It's like we can be as
Yeah.
positive as we can as Arsenal fans, but there's always that but. It's like, but
I tell people, man, Arsenal are like the Atlanta Braves, man. They look great, man, until it's time to get to the playoffs. Then you get to the playoffs, and you already know what's happening. You already know what's about to happen. So, Ryan Tech, my man, it is good to have you here, brother. You too was watching the game this Sunday, and I think you were on the panel, if I'm not mistaken. You was watching the game as well, and you were able to look at the game. Was able to assess the City game, the performance, and was also in for Luton as well. Brother, what was your take this week, man? Where are you at mentally with where we are, where we're going right now? Was this week a good week for you? Did you think we dropped points? Do you feel like everything balanced itself out and it's just we need to keep moving on? What's your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me again, Matty. Big up to yourself and big up to Rods and Static, as always. Yeah, man, I thought I'm gonna start with the Man City game. The Man City game, I thought, to be honest, I thought they were there for the taking. Had we made better decision making in the final third. Because there was many instances in that game, even though we didn't have a lot of possession, like they had all the ball, but whenever we had the ball, there was opportunities to play people in, like what you lot like to call number 29, Mr. Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
He made a good few runs in that game, man. All Odegaard had to do was just literally play that ball in behind and he's in. And he took way too long on the ball, and then he got buzzed off the ball a few times. And like the one that annoyed me the worst was when he pulled out of that 50-50 when he was favourite to get there. And had he got there, we could have been on a break there because their player was out of position, but he literally just stopped to let them have it. So, yeah, but I did think it was 2 points drops, but at the same time, it is Man City. So I'm counting my blessings that we didn't lose that game because, the record at the Etihad, fam, like, it's been like a graveyard, for Arsenal fans over the last few years. So, yeah, man, it was a positive result, but I felt it's like if, buts, and maybes, isn't it? It's one of them, but I'll take the draw at the end of the day. We're still in the race, so we just have to deal with that. But in terms of Luton, like you guys said, you made 6 changes. You saw people like Smith Rowe get a game. And I thought he played well, Smith Rowe, to be honest, in that game. I thought he done very well. So, it was good to see Thomas Partey get a game as well. I thought he looked a lot better than he has done in the last few games when he's come on. So, the thing is, we're going to need the squad, to get through all of these games from now to the end of the season, whether it's the title race, even in the Champions League. We're going to need all the players to be up to speed and to be on it, fam. So, yeah, man, it's what Fergie used to say, squeaky bum time, innit? You know what I mean? It's that, literally, it's that time of the season, bro, where,
do you mean squeaky
you can't
bum
afford
time?
to drop no points on nothing. It's literally straight wins. Wins and wins and wins. You know what I mean? And hope and pray that Liverpool drop points, hopefully. But it's at the end of the day, it's in their hands, isn't it? If they win every single game, they win the title. So we just gotta pray. I'm praying for Man United this season because they let me down yesterday, man. I thought they'll build a bit of confidence. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to manifest that win at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? I'll take anything right now. You get me? But
you're gonna need a whole lot.
Man. Overall, I thought it was a good week. It's a good week. I can't really complain.
Hey,
and
Ted,
just have to deal with it.
you're gonna need a whole lot of oil hitting them baseballs if you think Manchester United.
I know.
It's for Man United now, blood. Blood. It was peak. Listen, do you know who they got out? Do you know who they got out? Right. Varane's
Mm.
out. Yeah. Luke Shaw's out. Johnny Evans is out.
Mm.
Martinez is out. Lindelof is out. The only recognised defenders that they got is Dallo, Wan-Bissaka, and Maguire. That's the only recognised defenders they got at the moment.
Rods,
Listen,
Rods,
they're there for the taking, man.
Rod. Sorry to interrupt, bro. How many injuries have you got out? How many players are out at the moment for Liverpool?
Alisson's out.
Mm.
Um, you can't really count Brycetic because he hasn't really played this season. You know what I mean? So we'll miss him out. Then there's Jota and Trent. So we've got three. We've got three, but we got realistically nearly kind of like a full squad because we still got like Gravenberch is in, Curtis
Mm.
Jones come back in last night. Do you know what I mean? So they're slowly coming back. But when you talk about Man United now, we talk about players that just
Mm-hmm.
recently gone. You know what I mean? Just recently got injured at the day, and these players at the day, they somewhat they depend on these players. They depend on the Martinez. Because remember, they call Martinez the butcher, innit? They call him the butcher. He's supposed to be some butcher or something, so. You know what I mean? Then you got Lindelof, then you got like Luke Shaw, then you got like Johnny Evans they pensioner that comes in and does a job sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So these are players at the day that they depend on. Do you know what I mean? Now, if they let in 4 goals against Chelsea in the day, right, the other night, right? And they had people like Varane and Day and them sort of things there, right? What do you think is going to happen on like Sunday when they ain't got these people? Do you know what I mean? It's looking peak for it's looking peak for them right now. Listen, let me check. I'll check something. All right, the game that we played against them in FA Cup, right? They didn't beat us. We lost the game. We lost it.
Mm.
Because at the day we was up 2-1 and cruising in the day, right? And literally at the day we had the game in our hands and for that, and we at the day threw it away. We literally threw that away. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No excuse for it, but we threw that away. I don't see that happening on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? I just think at the day let's say, right, you know what? We know what we did wrong last time. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna put it right. You know what I mean? I don't see us beating. I don't see us beating us on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? Could be wrong, but I just don't see it. Do you know what I mean? You know, and like you see, the thing with Arsenal now is that
Sorry, Rod.
they
Rod, sorry to interrupt, bro. Are you playing home or away?
well way.
Yeah,
Old
sure.
Trafford. Mm.
Old
Yeah,
Trafford,
Old
yeah.
Trafford. Yeah, yeah, but it's not as if I know Old Trafford's a hard place to go, but it's not as if we ain't gone there and got results before. We've got results at Old Trafford before. Recent one at the day was 5-0 when we made all the players, all the fans walk out the ground. Do you know what I mean? When they walk out the ground at half time, they never came back. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's possible. Do you know what I'm saying? What I say with Arsenal in the day, right? What should have happened on Sunday is that you should have just gone for it and let the chips fall where it may. You understand what I'm saying? If you'd have lost anything that, people will look back and say, well, at least Arsenal had a go. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it was a bit kind of negative light, do you know what I mean? If anything transpires after that, say like you miss out on the league, yeah? Say that you miss out on the league. People are going to look back at games like this, like that, and think, well, that's a game we should have gone for it. Because Man City was there for the taking because they had no Carl Walker and somebody else was missing as well. Was missing as well. So they had two
Stones.
main
Stones. I
players
think
there.
Stones. From
Stones,
Stones.
yeah, Stones,
Yeah.
yeah. Them two them two guys were missing today. So one
Mm.
could probably say it today. Well, look at the day, right? Look what Liverpool done to sort of like Man City at the day with those guys in there. Now those guys are not in there literally you can look at it as well, they must be there for the taking. So I think at the day, right, is that Arsenal should have just gone for it. Should have just gone for it, and whatever happens, happens at the day. Because listen, at the day, God helps those who try. Remember that, God helps those who try. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to just try a thing and just see what happens. You know what I mean? You win, you lose, whatever. Because you ain't going to win it unless you buy a ticket. Simple as that.
We talking about going forward against City. There's two things I want to touch on there. If we would have beat Chelsea like we were supposed to do early this year, and we wouldn't have to follow them, we wouldn't be having this discussion. And this is why it's so important to do what you need to do the first half of the season. That 1-7 run, that 1-7 run. That's a reason why we have to, we praying and hoping, we hoping and praying. But let me go to the elephant in the room. I'm gonna go to the elephant in the room. It is time for some of these players at Arsenal that cannot muster it up when we need them to muster it up. We watched it Sunday. Y'all know who I'm talking about before I even get out my mouth. I told y'all a month ago. I said, when Jesus is not in this team, I told y'all. Lying to you, was on the panel when I said it. When he is
I know you're gonna say
this team moves better. We move like a car on 4 flats when he is in this team. What you saw Sunday against City, I was on the broadcast with Lee. I said we need to look into match fixing. Because for anybody to sabotage a game that bad, then you got Trossard out there not passing the ball. And then we'll go to. I'll even add in. We'll talk about some of this past Wednesday. I'll mix some of these players in there as well. Eddie Nketiah comes on, had 20 plus minutes, offered absolutely nothing. Reece Nelson, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. $100,000 a week. It's time for some of these players to be moving on in the summer, man. It is time for some of these players to go Zinchenko in the mud. Either he goes to center midfield or he needs to be moved on over to CSKA Moscow. It needs to be moved out. We have got too many passengers on this bus. And my biggest concern for me is that at some point in this run, in this next few weeks, we're going to have to call on some of these stooges.
Don't forget Teabag.
Matt. Yeah. Well, he's so bad. He's so bad. He's not even brought up anymore. I want you to think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
He's gone missing.
He's not. He's there. He's not even brought up.
Are you sure? I'm sure he's Mia. Mia missing in action.
He needs to be
MIA, bro.
Yeah.
He needs to be moved on, man. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. He needs to be sold to Fulham. Needs to be sold to Huddersfield. Needs to be sold to MK Don. Needs to be sold to the Queens Park Rangers, Portsmouth. They might need somebody because they coming up. They might need somebody that.
I think Portsmouth definitely need.
Wrexham.
I like Portsmouth.
Go down to Wrexham. But he doesn't. He's not Arsenal quality. And so I sat there. I told Gunnar this. We slated 29 Kai Havertz. We slated him this year. $65 million price tag. We all hammered him about that price tag. But nobody said anything about Jesus' price tag. Jesus costs $50 million. 50. And ain't scored 18 goals since he been here. That's sackable in itself. A player on payroll, $50 million, hadn't hit 18 goals. Was supposed to be the savior coming to this team. And when we needed him to just do one game. See, sometimes in this run, y'all, in this 8-game run, you're gonna need one player to just step up for that game. Can you step up in this time right here? And when we needed him the most against City, what did he do? Absolutely nothing.
Sabotage. An immediate job lost for him.
Match fixing. We may come back in 5 years and they may say, because some documentary show up on TV saying it was they had him agent Jesus was over there match fixing for City or something. It might be some kind of investigation.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's been speaking to Sandro Tonali from Newcastle. To get some tips.
48 hours.
Them brown envelopes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, not brown envelope, manila folder. They get manila folders. I mean, It is
under the
absolutely,
table.
it's absolutely ridiculous, man, that you see some of these players. And in that game, that Luton game, because the drop off was so steep. I don't know if anybody, we got to win. A lot of people didn't look at it, but I want people to understand that that's the drop off in this team. We go for, if it was not for the defense that we've had this year, it's no telling what kind of trouble we would have. If Rob Holding would have been in that team as opposed to what we had back there, Rob Holding and if Cedric would have been in there, we would probably, we're looking at probably a draw or a loss. That's the difference in last year and this year. We got the defense after that this year. And I've been telling people that the defense has been bailing us out all year long when it's, we've been able to hang around in games. We have a championship winning defense. And as long as they stay healthy, we in these games. But when it comes to the final product, this is why I said for me, Jesus is at the bottom of the pecking order, next to one King of Zamunda. He is sitting right there next to him. Because
who's that, man? Who's that?
He trying to be funny. You know who the King of Zamunda is. You know exactly who we are. Since it's your first time on the show, I got it for you.
I'm surprised you mentioned Samuel L. Jackson, the robber from the when he robs McDowell's.
The King of who it is. That's why he needs to be right there sitting next to him. Neither one of them two need to be in this team.
Listen, you know what it is?
That's one of my favorite movies, Coming to America. Thank you for that, Matt.
Let me just
actually watched it recently.
Yeah, I saw that.
Go ahead, Rob.
Let me just quick. Right? Now, I knew, and probably a lot of Arsenal people knew, that buying Jesus from Man City was a bad idea.
Bad from day one.
It was a really, really bad idea because not only that, I think his ability as a footballer is good. Yeah? Right? I do think it's good. But it's his availability. You know what I mean? And like when you have a guy at the end of the day that's in and out of the team at the end of the day, right? He's constantly looking for form. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when he does get form, he gets injured and he's out of the team again, and he's got to start back from the beginning. Do you know what I mean? Right? He was like that when he was at Man City, and he seems to be like that when he's at Arsenal. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know why you bought that guy. It's just beyond me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There's plenty of other players out there that you could have bought. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But you chose to buy this guy here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Comes up against City and for that right does nothing. That alone at the day, I would have said, look, listen, mate, come in Monday morning, collect your P45, you're out. You know what I mean? He would have got his P45 for that performance. But the problem is at the day, when you buy teams at the day from rival clubs, like i.e. your Man City at the day, which you're trying to sort of like, you're trying to beat, you know what I mean, to the title, you don't buy players from them, those clubs. You don't buy players from that.
Right.
Especially not Zinchenko. Zinchenko and they cannot hold his position. He cannot hold his position. You know what I mean? It's either your left back or your midfielder. Do you know what I mean? We got the same sort of like problem with Trent, but the things with Trent, his end product is better. Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna turn it back over. I'm gonna bring it back to you. I just want to say this: when you buy a player from like Jesus from City, that's like buying a used car with 400,000 miles on it. You know for a fact it's gonna go out, but you don't know when it's gonna go out. You don't know when you're gonna spring the oil leak.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah, with no spare tire. So you just riding around in a donut, you know?
But the bear man, when you bought Zinchenko, I'm not saying you guys, you know what I mean? Bear Arsenal fans at the day was given to me and said, yeah, man, we got Gabriel Jesus and everything like that. He's going to do this, we're going to win the league and this, rare. I said, that's what it said to me. We said, you know what I mean? That's what I said. I'm not saying you guys at there because you guys at there, I've got enough knowledge. I know you guys weren't saying that because you got an ounce of knowledge. You know what I mean? But there
Yeah.
are some people out there and they that are not very knowledgeable about certain things, and they will see something and think to themselves, "Well, yeah, that's going to work, right?" You know what I mean? But it's not good. It's not going to work because the fact is that I said to Man today, look, when Gabriel Jesus was in Man City side, yes, at the day, Man City was winning titles and they, right? But how much was that down to him? How much was it down to him? Because most of the times at the day that Gabriel Jesus was in the side for Man City, he was injured. He was injured all the time.
Mm.
He was constantly coming back to fitness and to find his match fitness again. He's constantly doing that. If you think at the day, if Pep Guardiola valued Gabriel Jesus that much at the end of the day, right, he would have never sold him to Arsenal. He would have never sold him to Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So that shows you then, and the thing that what it shows you then why is this guy that I used to work for and everything that right give and now I'm a rival of his, yeah. Why is he giving me this player and everything that? Why is he giving me Zinchenko? Because he knows the rubbish. And what happened that day? The season at the day that he sold Zinchenko, Sterling, and Gabriel Jesus. What
Trophy.
happened?
3 trophies.
Did he not win the treble? Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Do you know what I mean? So these players at the day, right? There was there was good in a side at the day that had ballers. You know what I mean? They had ballers in that side and everything that.
Hey,
Like
don't
De Bruyne, do you know what I mean?
he was begging what's his name to stay. What's my man that played for Dortmund? Gundogan. He was begging
Oh, good one.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah.
Please don't go. He was boys the minute. Hey baby, please don't go away
Of
from
course,
me. He was begging him to stay. See, that's the player that you go get. The one that he begging to stay. You go put the bid in to go get him and bring him into your team. You know, instead we go the opposite direction. We going to get the trash. You know.
Yeah, yeah. It just to me, to me, it didn't make no sense. You know what I mean? If I was Arsenal at the day, I would have like, if there was no players out there at that time to buy that you felt that that could have changed your team, I would have just stayed with the squad that I had and took my chances with the squad that I had. Because the many times that Liverpool's done that, they haven't seen value in the market and they stayed with the squad they had. They may not have won anything, do you know what I mean? But they just stayed with the squad they had. There's nothing worse at the end of the day than buying a player and then day, right, that is below par. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And yes, he's below par and you can't freaking get rid of him. Because what's going to happen now, you know? You're not going to find it hard to get rid of this guy now, you know? You know what I mean? People like Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus, you're going to find it hard to get rid of them, man. Because nobody wants them. Where could they go in the league?
If it was me, and I said I quote number, people thought I was crazy when I said this. If somebody comes in with a bid of 28 million, 26, 27, 25, I buy, follow him. Hey, come get him. Come get him.
Mm.
Zinchenko, come on, come get him. We know we getting 50 for the nutcase goalkeeper. We getting 50 for him. So you know Ramsdale, yeah, he'll be out of here. He'll be out of here. So we know we getting 50 for him. Man, we can make some money this window if they decide to get rid of the rubbish. But like I said, we've got 4, 5, 6 players that need to go. It has to. Arteta has to be kicking himself when he looks at what West Ham and Palace wanted to pay for the King of Zamunda, and we didn't bite on it. I mean, that was top dollar. They was getting ready to give us top dollar for him. You know, and we end up holding on. Now, I mean, we got a paperweight worth of two cans of corn and a beanstalk. I mean, that's what we got. So, I mean, but what we've got to do this summer. What we got to do this summer is something that I don't hope does not affect us going down the stretch. We got to go get a striker. I honestly believe if we'd had Ivan Toney and somebody else in that team Sunday, we win that game. We win that game. We win it. Might be ugly, 1-0, but we win that game had we had a striker. Whether it's the fella from Portugal or Ivan Toney, either one of the two, or hell, even Ollie Watkins, we'd had any one of them three, we probably would have won that game. Somebody that can hit the side of a barn, because Jesus has not scored over 18 goals since he's played professional football in the Premier League. Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
And he played for City as well.
And he played for
He created loads of chances. He
had more chances. He had more chances than a man going to the red light district in Amsterdam. And he couldn't do anything. So it's time to move on, my friend. Arsenal, for me, Arsenal is at a stage now where we need to be. This is the discussion for the rest of the remainder of this year going into next year. Where do we want to be? Because we're at the table now. We can say we're generally at the table. We're in the Champions League. We're going into that again next year. We're finishing in the top 3 somewhere this year. So we're actually competing. Do we want to win something? And who do we want to win it with? Because you start looking around, a lot of these characters was in this team last year when we capitulated. We capitulate again this year. You got to start looking at some of these players saying, okay, I don't know if this guy can get it done. He may can come off the bench. We got to start being more ruthless with some of these players. Like a player like Jesus needs to be moved on. Nketiah needs to be moved on. Reece Nielsen needs to be moved on. Zinchenko moved on. Suarez moved on. Suarez comes out and says he's leaving. Yeah, of course you're leaving now, bro, because you know it you know where to go. The contract is up. So yeah, you leave. You leaving. El Nene, that's another one. El Nene needs to be moved on. Hadn't played 7 games. He hadn't played 7 games in 5 years. Just think about that. That is. He hadn't played maybe 7 games in 5 years since El Nene, since he, because he was hurt 2 years.
Yeah. And the worst thing is we keep giving him new contracts. Like why?
Yeah.
Can I say something? Can I say something controversial? I said this to Lee off air last week. It's time that we bring in a center midfielder to compete with Odegaard.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
Ted brought it, brother Ted brought an excellent point. There was 2 opportunities there that he just needed to slide the ball through. And we having a discussion. Either Kai Havertz makes a fool of himself, or he scores. It's one of the 2 gonna happen. We don't know because we never got the opportunity because he didn't make the pass. Now true enough, he played good against Luton this week. But let's be real. I mean, we could probably all suit up and go out there and play against Luton. And we could probably get something. We might get a draw out of it. So, when you look at Odegaard, there go Tony.
There it is.
When you look at Odegaard and his output,
go on, man.
You look at where is his output? When is the output coming out at? Because when you play a team like City, I need the output I saw against Luton against City. I need it tomorrow against Brighton. I need that output I saw Wednesday against Luton tomorrow against Brighton. With that, I don't need it when you be playing the lesser of these. I need it when it's on the line. And that's why I say if he does not get the job done, he needs competition. I'm gonna say one more person that needs competition. And it's probably gonna piss off some folks on this panel. I'm just gonna drop the hammer on y'all. Y'all know how I roll.
Saka.
Thank you, my boy. Thank you. You already know.
Then Tony disappeared. Oh,
you already know. You already know. It's time for competition for him. Because where was he at Sunday? See, he went under the radar because he had all this other stuff going on. But when we need him these are the games. People be talking about world class and folding and all this and comparing and all this, he's there, if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you, all that stuff. Let me tell you, man, when it is time to put it on the line, those are the games, the cities, the Spurs coming up, the Liverpools, these are the marquee games in which you have to make a name for yourself. And if we can when I can go down that list of those games and I look at your goal tally and I see 2. I see 1. Out of all these teams we done played, all these teams I just named out, and I see the goal tally, and the goal tag don't look good. But if I put you up against Luton, Everton, West Ham, 15, 17, that's when it counts. I need people that I can count on when it gets rough. No matter how bad it got back in the day. Dennis Bergkamp, Robert Perez, Vieira, Henry, you just name them.
Yeah,
Look at Liverpool, Robbie Fowler. No matter how bad it got, you knew Robbie Fowler was gonna find a way.
Owen as well.
Yeah.
Owens,
always.
All Suarez, all these guys, you knew
Suarez.
you knew that you could depend on them. That's the phase we at now with Arsenal. We have to get players that we can depend on when it counts, because we're going to be in more. I have a strong feeling we're going to be in more of these tight games next year, because the stakes are going to be raised. Because we know City going down to the supermarket. City going down to the supermarket next year. United's going down to the supermarket. Liverpool's going to be new managers coming in, so he's going to probably want to move one or two things around. He's going down to the supermarket. Aston Villa's looking there. Clearly, they're going to be looking around like, oh yeah, some of y'all got to go because we just completely fell apart. So they're going to go down to the supermarket. Newcastle's going to be clean. They're going to be every defender that's available. They in for them. So they're going to be at the supermarket. We have to really have a long, hard look at these French players, the Jesuses and all these guys. Because if we don't, for me, I feel like that's a missed opportunity. And I feel like it would shorten our window that we have the opportunity to compete. But before I move on, I want to say, Tony, brother, thank you for being here, my friend. I'm sorry you dropped right. You came right into the belly of the beast. But Tony, I'll throw this your way. What was your thoughts on the past two games this week? It's been a kind of an emotional week. You go from Sunday to Wednesday, and then so now we can prepare for tomorrow. So what's your thoughts on that? And I also add this in there too to let you do this before we move, because I'm coming to tech after you. Is what do you think about some of the players that need to be moved on?
Definitely. Oh, definitely. We'll talk about that. In my second response, but in the first one, Matty, when you came down to my channel, I was telling you and some couple of Arsenal fans, even Jezza was saying this on his own channel, but I think it just passed through people's heads, and right now we're seeing the reality. Mostly with the question Unique 79 asked down here at 10, I think in 8:17 p.m. UK time. He said something, panel, do you think Man United will get something out of the game against Liverpool? See, this is all a consequence. That is why we had to go down to the Etihad and win that game. Because we have this PTSD right now. Even my brother Rod used to say this thing in a couple of shows. If you want to win the league, you have to go do the unthinkable in this ground at Anfield, at Manchester City. He has told that to me personally and on his shows that me and him have done on Rival Talk. Arsenal needed to go do that job at Manchester City. I'm sorry we didn't do the job. Right now, we're now here begging teams like dusty Manchester United to go help us shoot down Liverpool. How can Manchester United, that got shut down at Chelsea, dusty Chelsea, couldn't get a win against Chelsea? How can we expect these guys to get us over the line? These dusty teams get us over the line. Bro, it's not possible. That's why I hear it. See, guys, I know I sound kind of squeaky when I'm saying these things here, but it's not funny. We had to go down to the Etihad and win that game. Right now, we're begging all these teams. If Liverpool go down there, with the way McAllister is playing, if Liverpool win that game at Old Trafford on Sunday, we will be begging Aston Villa to go and help us, get points away from Liverpool. And these things are not sustainable. We saw it last season when we bottled it last season, absolutely. We couldn't win against Southampton. We couldn't get a win against West Ham. We started actually hoping on other teams. The hope strategy comes into play. It's activated in this one. We started hoping for these other teams to go down there and do the job that we should have done. So we're back to square one, innit? This is what I was telling people on my channel the other day. We needed to go to City to win. We couldn't win. Now we have to beg for points. And it's looking bad right now. Because even if we win against Brighton, let me finish. Even if we win against Brighton and go beat Tottenham Hotspurs and all these teams, we can still literally not win this league, even if we win the rest of our games. Because Liverpool, it's advantage Liverpool. If they go on to win the remaining of the 8 games, they win the league. I hate putting my destiny in the hands of other teams and in the hands of other people. That's a problem. It's a problem. And these are the games we'll look into this season, like this game against City and the rest of them. Why did we drop points? Fulham, West Ham, why did we drop these points? Those will come back to haunt us.
Can I ask you a question, Tony? Because quick question, all right? Because I know you got lots to speak about, obviously. What do you think the problem is that sort of like Arsenal get to this stage of the season, and they could be blitzing teams before, but they get to this time of the season and they start drawing when they don't need to draw? Because this sort of thing happened last season, didn't it? You drew against sort of like Liverpool, us at Old Trafford, at Anfield, and then it set off a catalogue of draws and then a loss. Why do you think this all just kind of happens to Arsenal? Season after season when they're challenging for the league.
See, I will circle you back to what Southern Gunner have been talking about all season. Did we do the business in the summer and in the January transfer window? Let's don't forget this, guys, that we did not do great business in the summer. We didn't even do great business in January, even when we knew that we would even fall back into the same problems that we're talking about. In that Manchester City game, it was begging for a speedster, begging for someone who would slot the ball into the net. Gabriel Jesus couldn't get us over the line. We did need this £100 million signing, a striker to get us over the line, an Ivan Toney, a Victor Gyökeres, maybe a Vlahovic in some spaces. Yeah, how about that? We didn't do our business. And look at Bukayo Saka right now. He's crocked. That guy's been playing injured. Arsenal did not do the business in the summer. We did not do the business in the January transfer window to bring in a like-for-like replacement. Maybe not like-for-like, but how about someone to come down there and give this guy competition in that place? Now that kid is playing injured. And right now we're vulnerable to actually drawing games. We literally had to tap into a player who hasn't even gotten a string of 3 games this season in Nelson to help us get over the line in that game against Luton. Come on, man. This is not sustainable. Even if we win this league, we're cheating our way through. We didn't do the business. We'll be cheating our way through this league if we win it, to be very sincere with you. Other teams that are right now enjoying the spoils of war, like Liverpool right now, they did good business in the summer. How about Szoboszlai? Yeah. How about Gravenberch? How about McAllister? See, believe it or not, McAllister went down there for £35 million. Let that sink in. That's good business. So even if Liverpool wins the title this season, you can't say that they didn't do the business. They did the business. They did their homework. But we would just get crashed into this title run in somehow because 11, 12 games away from now this season, we all thought it was dead and buried. But, after we went to Dubai, it came back hands on and, we're waxing lyrical right now that we could win the league. But to be very sincere, we didn't do the business. So I'm not surprised if we don't win at the end of the day. That's what I think.
Liverpool also signed Endo. What a signing he has been.
Very underrated, actually.
Don't go there.
That was a quality signing.
Don't even go there, man.
You know what? You look at Liverpool.
And he was fighting relegation for Stuttgart last season. You leave Stuttgart and they're already in the top 4 in the Bundesliga.
You look at
he's doing well.
I think somebody brought up earlier before Tony got on was bringing up about, I think it was Static brought up about the injuries to the players, whatever. Let's not forget, man, Liverpool had damn near the whole team out They had babies. They had kindercare out there on the pitch.
For the League Cup final, yeah, they did.
They had
Yeah.
kindercare out there on the pitch.
Yeah.
Then after they won it,
And then cup, and then
everything's back to normal.
And then cup finals with the babies.
Yeah.
With the babies. They had the babies out there. This is what this season will go down as, the babies. The babies. Clark. Kwanzaa. Tony know the
Clark.
Bradley.
Clark.
You know,
Bradley.
And them man there.
Oh my days.
Dan McConnell.
Yeah.
McConnell.
Yeah.
Yo, big man thing.
It
Did
is
the
crazy.
kind of cup, you know.
But what's that Afro guy's name? The mixed race you done with the Afro that played up front.
Kwanzaa.
Yeah, him as well.
Yeah, he'll be
That's
too.
yeah.
Yeah, you just look at that and just see that that they just seem like they had everything covered. And we, like Tony said, we're sitting, we begging and hoping. I ain't gonna say and tell you, like Tony messaged me last week talking about the hope straight. I'm hoping and praying, but I just know that any time when it comes to Arsenal, the hat can drop. Tech, let me come to you right quick, brother. Let me come to you, brother, because you brought it up earlier, so I'm gonna bring it back to you about these players that need to be moved on. Jesus, man. It's about that time. It's about that time to start having that discussion, man. It's time for him to go in the summer, my friend.
Isn't he injured again? I heard he's injured again.
Don't tell me.
I heard he's injured.
That's why he didn't play the other night. That's why he didn't play the other night.
I told you. Injury prone.
400,000 miles. I told you 400,000. What good is a damn Land Rover if it got 560,000 miles on it? Everybody on this panel, especially all across the pond, know how crocked the Land Rovers are after certain miles. It ain't a damn worth a damn. You know that. It's the same thing as that pair of shoes you use. No good. Tech, what's your thoughts on that, brother, man?
Bro. Amount of times I've cussed Jesus, man. It's mad, I think I swear this guy only played him because it was Easter Sunday, bro. Because I swear to God, yeah. Like, this man hasn't not started a game all year, yeah. And then in the biggest game, the man's starting. And I'm like, why the hell is he starting? Like, that was the only thing in that lineup I thought, no, I'm a bit confused here. Like, why didn't you play Trossard if Martinelli's not fit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. That guy, he's just a waste of time at the minute, man. Because, like I said, on one of Tony's shows a few months ago, I was saying that every time he's up front, yeah, he always slows down on attacks because he drops way too deep, yeah. And the man, whenever he gets the ball, he's just falling over on the ground, getting barged over, waving his hands around, rolling around on the floor, and it's like I can't deal with players like that, bro. I can't, man. Like, and then the fact that he's always getting injured, like he hasn't recovered from his knee injury the first time. And last year, like when he came back from injury, we just put him straight back in the team against Liverpool, ironically. You know what I mean? And then that was where the beginning of the end happened.
Yep.
I mean, because Trossard, Martinelli, and Saka was the front three. That should have not have been changed, in my opinion. Then we would have had a good chance of winning that title. But that was down to the manager at the end of the day for making that decision. But in terms of Jesus, man, I've said it for time, man. He has to be gone. He has to be gone. Like, he's just no use to us right now. Like, the guy's always injured. When he plays, doesn't score goals. The man came out and said, like, I can't score goals. What kind of striker comes out and says, I can't score goals?
I wouldn't have put him back in the team. After I heard that,
why would he even say that? If I know I couldn't score goals, you think I'm telling anyone that? You know what I mean? I'm keeping that to myself. And I'm going out in training and I'm practicing my shooting to make sure I score goals. You know what I mean? This guy talking about, I can't score goals. Oh, it's not my strong point. What is your strong point then, bro? You know what I mean? Because I don't even know. Like, he's a good footballer and that, but he's no use to the team right now. So, yeah, he needs to go. He needs to go.
Static. Your thoughts, man, on the players, man. Who do you think is all time all time on, brother.
For who has to go?
Yeah.
How much time have you got?
Well, I mean, the reason I'm saying it because we're getting closer to the end of the season to see it. I'm still in this season, but I'm preparing myself for next season because I'm going to address it with somebody. Somebody asked a question in the chat. I started. I'm gonna come back to it in a minute because there's going to have to be a lot of discussions here. If we, because we're still in it, so you have to say if we don't win anything this year, there has to be some discussions about some of these players.
Oh yeah, facts, 100%. Well, not just that,
and the manager. Don't think everybody think I'm. Everybody.
I was gonna say. Read my mind. I was gonna say.
And the manager.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Listen, if we don't win any trophies this season, Arteta has to go 100%. He's had plenty of chances, plenty of opportunities. Time's up for him. So especially if he doesn't win at least one trophy. So especially when he threw away the FA Cup and the League Cup. So. But yeah, with players, well, there's also pretty much every player you mentioned. So yeah, I mean, sorry, I don't know what.
Tony coming back. Hold on. All right, go ahead. I put him on mute. Go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, we definitely have to get rid of Teabag, Fabio Vieira. Cedric's already gone. We already know that. So that's relief, but 4 years too late. Even 2 years too late. We still have to get rid of, Zinchenko, but only if we don't bring in a left back. But even if we do bring a left back, is Arteta even going to trust this guy to put him in midfield? Who knows? But Smith Rowe, he definitely has to go as well because he's not playing every week. I like him. I always liked him, but since, in my opinion, ever since he got the number 10, he's been cursed. So, because it's a big shoes to fill to wear that number. So, but look, and when he's come back from injuries, he's always on the bench. He's never given a chance to play. So, and that's what has cost us this season is the lack of rotation throughout the season. Just Arteta just not trusting his players. I know he actually said in his press conference he does trust his players. Sorry, buddy, that's a total lie. Because if you did trust your players, I would have seen more games from Smith Rowe. I would have seen him start more games, Fabio Vieira as well, and so on and so on. So yeah, but look, players to go. As I said, Vieira, obviously, Smith Rowe, Ramsdale, even Lukonga has to come back from his loan from Luton Town. We have to get rid of him as well. Nketiah has to go 100%. Just had enough. Every time I see him, he infuriates me. Maybe it's because he's wearing the number 14. Yeah. But I know the big question is, all these players are on so much money. It's just, look, if we end up selling them all for like 5-10 million each, if it means we get them, get rid of them quickly, plus you take them off the salaries they're earning, I'll take it. So,
you bring that up.
The thing is, we're already like, sorry, I was just going to say, like, for example, with Fabio Vieira, we're spent like around, 35 million pounds or 35 million euros. We're already going to have a profit loss for selling him if we sell for like 10, 15, 20 million. So, I mean, that is one of the things that me and Tony, I know for a fact we went over this back in August and July. We have this summer, I want to see better sales. Chelsea was out there moving rubbish.
Oh my God! For top money, Top dollar. Let's get out of the equation. Top dollar.
You look at these other teams. Liverpool. You look at United, a team when they move players on, they get decent money for them. We paying people to leave. This season, this summer, I don't want to hear everybody keep talking about the transfer, how much budget that Arteta's gonna get. Brother, the budget is right there with the players that need to be moved on. Because if you move the players on at the proper prices, the money is there. Whatever Conky decides he wants to give is icing on the cake, and then from there you build.
Matt, can I?
Go ahead.
Matt, sorry, bro. Sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say there is another player we should have sold who's currently at Lyon, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Wolves offered between 20 to 25 million pounds, and Arteta and Arsenal turned down that offer. And I remember Maitland-Niles put out something on Instagram. He was furious about the fact he was not given the chance to leave just to go and play. He said he just wants to play. So, it just like I said, that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to be controversial here by saying the amount of times players want to leave, like your Maitland-Niles, Xhaka's at the time. Xhaka wanted to go to Roma at the time, and Arteta begged these players to stay. I do fear Arteta has some sort of kleptomaniac issues within him. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore, otherwise I'll get in big trouble.
Let's gentlemen, let's and I'm gonna tie you in this on and this in you as well, but this on Rod. But we're gonna go shift a little bit. We've got an issue of the Champions League, and you all got the conference. I think conference. Yeah, Europa.
Sorry, Matty. Matty, I'm sorry if you do give me a chance.
Yeah.
Please, I know because we'll get away from this. I know we're talking about getting people over the line, getting them out of the football club.
Go ahead,
but I want to put in an exception. Yeah, and I'm looking at Emile Smith Rowe as the exception. We have hundreds of other players that can get out. Vieira, I want him out because even if he's fit, he can't do anything. This guy's living on a free. Cedric the Entertainer is living on a free. El Neni should be leaving the football club. And all these clowns that are down there should leave the football. Eddie Nketiah, out of the football club. But see, look at Emile Smith Rowe's game against Luton. I'm not saying that Luton is this big team that will share around, but Emile Smith Rowe represent this kind of midfielders, that you don't see anymore. The last time we had a technically gifted midfielder like Emile Smith Rowe was in someone like Santi Cazorla, someone who could move the ball around, get into pocket spaces, a goal threat in some cases. Just like our brother Aesthetic said, that number 10 shed it's a little bit huge on him. I get that, man. But again, I really do think that this guy, if this guy gets great medical attention, doesn't have bozo managers who don't know how to, because I still think that the Arsenal management haven't managed this guy properly. They're all bozos down there. They don't know how to manage these players. Injury-wise, all our players are getting injured, left, right, and center. A testament to that is Gabriel Jesus. This guy can't seem to just play a game for just 2 games at a stretch and feel okay and feel all right. He's injured again. These guys don't know how to manage players and manage players' fitness levels. It's horrible. So this is what I'm proposing. Let's give Emile Smith Rowe, now he's getting back to full fitness. Let's give him a chance. 6 months, tops. By January next year, if his fitness level doesn't improve, hack him off the team. After all, we've given clowns like that El Neni is a good person, but that person, but is a clown to this team. Come on, man, Fabio Vieira. Come on, we're giving all these clowns the time to improve. But they've done nothing. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's give Emile Smith Rowe a chance. 6 months tops. If we can manage this guy, this guy could be a threat in the midfield. Tell me which player could actually do what he did yesterday, man. Did you see how we took players
a lot, Tony,
recovery? I know, and it's a plea. It's not even like
it's not just that. Sorry,
and
bro,
that's because I don't trust Edu. Yeah. See, we're talking about being in all these players, but again, check the flip side. Do you static? Do you trust Edu after selling all these players? Yeah,
of course not.
Do you trust Edu? No. Exactly. We don't trust him because in the transfer window, we're looking at a striker. We're looking at a competitive cover for Bukayo Saka. Both of them will cost us nothing less than 170 million if we're going for top quality. Yeah, definitely. We still have to look for a left back this season also. So are you telling me that you're confident that this football club is going to spend 200 million pounds above
No.
200 million pounds for replacements? I don't think that's possible.
No.
And trust me, in as much as we are talking about transfers, these bozos won't do business. They don't know how to do business. You guys think that they don't know how to do business. Take a leave from Liverpool. They don't know how to do business. So I don't see us raising even 30 million pounds from all these players you've talked about. We can't raise they're clueless. They don't know how to do business.
You know what?
I'm sorry, man.
That's
you know
facts,
what?
Tony. That's facts.
They would so the way I would circle back on that is I would say I would keep him and I would play him, put him, and I tell him it's your job to get Odegaard's position. He would be the one person, because I just mentioned it before, Tony. As Tony was coming on, I was mentioning about we need somebody to challenge Odegaard for his position when he's on these off games like that. If they could get him to full fitness and get him prepared, he's one person that probably could just take it from him. But the catch is, can he stay healthy? And then number two, what if somebody come in with money, big time money to bring him in? That's going to be the golden. That's going to be the golden question. Who's going to come in and offer the money? Because they're going to want money for it. Now y'all know it's one thing Arsenal do. They overvalue their players, but undervalue everybody else's. So we know. If it's a player like that, they're gonna overvalue. They'll overvalue the player. They'll be like, well, we'll take 65 million for him. They'll be like, are you shitting me? They're like, no, we want 65. And when we know that he's probably worth about 28 to 30, 20, 22, 21, 30, somewhere right around in there. And even that's being conservative. But
if someone brings in 65 million pounds, I will sell Emmitt Smith Rowe. But I don't trust this board. This is the question. Wait, see, did you trust the board? See, how can you trust the board, that are going for the title right now and couldn't bring in? See, in a title at the time where we could get the title, we couldn't trust them to bring in recruits. Is it when we don't have anything during the summer to go for that you will trust these guys? I don't trust them. Even if we sell Emmitt Smith Rowe, who are we bringing? I don't trust Edu to bring in replacements. I'm sorry, I don't. We needed a striker. They couldn't bring in a striker. I don't trust these guys. So if you sell Emmitt Smith Rowe, we'll even be short in midfield next season. I don't trust them to bring in a midfield recruits. I don't. That's way life right now.
And this is why I said, and this is why I keep hammering back, is why I hope we win it this year, because I know that next season is going to be much harder to do anything, because next season everybody else is going to be looking around for players. Juventus,
You kept banging the drum, yeah.
Juventus is back. Ajax got to fix up. I'm looking over there. They got it fixed up. They're gonna try to get whatever the kids they can go find. They're gonna do fix up. City. I keep hammering. City is gonna splash the cash this summer. If you think Pep Guardiola for them sit up there and put up with another performance like he got out of this team this year, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. If you don't think he's gonna go get competition for Haaland. Well, Matt, they just bought Haaland. They just go buy more competition. He'll get rid of him year 3. He doesn't care. He's already got the trophies. We have got to nail it, man, because we can't have another summer like we did this past summer. We can't have another January transfer window like we had this past January. We all screamed striker, 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 striker. Remember I told y'all in the summer, I said when we went for Declan Rice last January, they said they wanted, what was it, Tony? What was it, 75 million, Tony? 65 million, something like that. They wanted for him, not the window before the summer. They wanted him 75 or something like that. Me and Tony sat on the show and said, pay the money. They said no. The summer came around, they paid more than what they offered. So you could
Arsenal way, though, isn't it?
You could have bought it for nothing. This is why I said, If I will be more mad, I'll let y'all in. I'll let y'all in the back door on the convo I had with Lee the other day. Me and Lee was talking the other day, and we both said we'll be more pissed off if I don't even want you to think how mad I'll be if I look up this summer and Ivan Toney got on a down Spurs kit. I'll turn this desk over right now.
Yeah.
I'll turn this over. If Ivan Toney start the season in the Spurs kit when the man has already said that he wanted to come to Arsenal.
That is my worst nightmare, bro. I'm telling you.
Because you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. And this is why
to West Ham. Apparently he's going to West Ham, isn't he?
oh, man, ain't nobody going nowhere. Ain't nobody going nowhere.
Listen. I'm not capping nothing that.
Apparently, Man United won it.
Who told you that?
Who told you that?
I'm not capping it.
He can't even get out straight. He know he tell a lie. He can't even get it out. he can't even make the lie up. He can't.
I'm saying that. I'm finished. I won't say that.
He can't even make the lie up. He ain't gonna know West Ham, man. No. But real talk, though. Real talk. When you look at
oh, fuck yeah.
When you look at it for what it is, and this kind of go right into what I want to say when we talk about top quality. We will start talking about top quality in just a second. Y'all just hold tight. This is why I said people say, well, Matt, why are you so down on this Champions League draw? And I said, have you looked at Bayern's team? Oh, well, Bayern is they just lost to such and such. They just lost to da. And I said, but go look at their team player for player and look at our team player for player.
Yeah.
And you got to deal with that over two legs. Well, nobody's going to be in the stadium. I mean, they weren't nobody in the stadium in 2020. I mean, when nobody in the stadium in 2020, you think that matters to them? No, it doesn't matter. And I keep telling people, they know that they're not winning their league. So what do you think they're putting all the effort in? What did y'all hear today? Y'all heard the rumor today? They said, they named off look their players that ain't playing tomorrow. The league is over. That's the break. They getting ready. They getting ready. They are getting ready for next Tuesday. And you know they coming to play. This is all they got. The manager playing for his life. You got a couple of the players on the team that's playing for their life. You know, everybody, they're coming with the DOS power. That's what's coming on Tuesday. And people are going to find out the gulf in class. This is, no matter, even if we get past Bayern Munich, guess what you got waiting on you? You got City or Real Madrid waiting on you. The gulf in class. When it comes to the quality of players that we need. And this goes back to what Tony was saying, and what I was saying as he came on, is that we need a better grade of player to compete on all fronts. We have literally, I'm gonna put this in perspective. We have literally been hanging on by the grace of God this year that we didn't have a mass capitulation. If we'd had about 4 players out at one time, brother, we would be done. You would have Suarez, Fabio Vieira, Jesus, Nketiah. Could you imagine if we had to replace like what we had with Luden, and something happened and we lost 3, 4, 5 players, and we had to bring them in? We are truly blessed that we didn't have to deal with that this year so far. This is why I said we have to act right in the summer, because come Tuesday, we're gonna be exposed. Does anybody truly think we win the Champions League? I mean, you got cats in the Arsenal camp that think we finna win the Champions League this year. They think we win the Champions League this year with this team.
I don't know what they're smoking, Matty, but I'd like to have some of it too, bro.
They smoking powerhouse stuff.
They never learn.
You know what it is? Just say something. Listen, all joking aside and everything, because obviously we know that what's going on with Arsenal, this and that. But I honestly think at the end of the day, listen, Champions League is one-off games. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be as consistent as you do in the league. Remember, in the league, you have to be consistent over 38 games. Do you know what I mean? Plus other competitions in between there, like FA Cup, League Cup, and if you're lucky enough to be in the Champions League or the Europa Cup. Do you know what I mean? Right? You know, you have to be consistent. But I honestly think at the end of the day is this. The mindset of Arsenal should be, it's a one-off game, yeah? And we can beat anybody with a one-off game. Because what it is at the end of the day, right, with Champions League, European tournaments and stuff, it's not so much of the matter of the players that you got. It's the mentality. It's the mentality. It's all up here. Do you know what I mean? Do you think you're gonna win this thing? Yes, I do. And I'll put. Listen, do you remember that film years ago with Al Pacino? And it's like a American football team, yeah. And he's giving that
Oh,
talk at the day, yeah.
Any given Sunday.
It's literally, yeah. That's it.
That's the one. That's
It's
the one.
literally, yeah. It's literally got to be a situation like that. You got to fight for your fellow man. Do you know what I mean? And crawl your way to a victory if you have to. Do you know what I mean? If you
Mhm.
go into this sort of like game and thinking that they were, look, a couple of years ago or whatever it may be, they beat us, so many goals and this and that, right? They took the piss out of us. If you go back in there with that mentality, then yes, you're going to lose. You will lose. But if you go in a right mentality, fuck Bayern Munich, man. Listen, we're Arsenal. You know what I mean? Let's do this. And you give it all that you got. Do you know what I mean? You'll get something out of it. Do you know what I mean? But if you just sort of like concede to the fact that this is the big bad mighty Bayern Munich, well, you might as well not turn up. So really and truly, I don't think it's a matter of the players that you've got. It's the mentality in the players that you got. The mentality to say that, come, let's do this. We are going to do this. We've come so far, and I think that everybody's expecting us to fail, but we're not going to fail. Let's do this. Let's put up a fight. Let's show these Bayern Munich in the day, right? We ain't playing. We're Arsenal. Arsenal and they don't play with us. Don't play with us. We're Arsenal. We will blitz you. Do you know what I mean? And go out there and give it all you got. I can't see why you wouldn't win.
Right.
I can't see why you wouldn't win.
Right. Do you think what's your thoughts on Liverpool's European run in? Because a lot of people are just looking saying y'all gonna just blow past Atalanta. Now that's that could be a banana peel. Them Italian teams.
Yeah.
You know how they roll.
We played them before in the Champions League, and we beat them over two legs before. Listen, I don't take any game lightly. Do you know what I mean? Yes, on paper you can look at it on paper at the day. It's the same situation at the day with Arsenal and Bayern Munich. On paper at the day, that Bayern Munich beat Arsenal. But we're not talking about paper. We're talking about reality. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? It's what each team can do on the night. You know what I mean? I'm confident at the day that Liverpool can sort of like, go on and like beat Atalanta and do what they're doing. Yeah. But you never know. Do you know what I mean? You never know. And Atalanta, they're a good side. And if we get past Atalanta, we've either got Marseille or Benfica. Do you know what I mean? In the semi-finals. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So those are teams that they Benfica, Marseille, Atalanta. Those are possible teams that we can slip up on. Make most of it, we can slip up on it. But what isn't they're going in the right mentality to say, look, at the end of the day, we are Liverpool, we're gonna win this. It's about mentality. When you're playing these tournaments, it's as much as about mentality than the actual skill on the ball and how you can put this ball in the back of the net. It's as much as mentality. Because if you've got the right mentality, everything else follows. It just follows, my friend. It just follows. That's what I'm trying to say at the day, right? Arsenal at the day when they're going to this game on Tuesday, I think you're at home. You're at home and think that, right?
It's the most critical thing for me.
Yeah.
Home there.
Yes.
Yeah. You've got to go with the right mentality. You got to go in this mentality to say, look, we are here for a reason.
Yeah.
We didn't buy our way here like Man City do. We didn't buy our way here. We're here at the day for a reason because we played well. We beat the teams at the day to get here. We are here for a reason. Let's show our fans at the day what we are made of. Because if you go out there and you have a go, yeah, and you lose 2-1 and everything like that, right, yeah, you'll get enough respect because your fans will be thinking, well, look, they had a go. At least they had a go. Do you know what I mean? Is if you sit back and concede the fact that they are the superior team, that's when your fans are going to have a problem. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you have to go with the right mentality. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into this game with the right mentality. We'll either win or lose. We're going to go with the right mentality and to say, look, at the end of the day, we are Liverpool. we can win this. You know what I mean? That mentality in these competitions. That's what I think anyway.
Lion Tech, we've got Bayern Munich Tuesday. What do you want to see, brother?
I want to see a win. Literally, man. We have to win that first leg, man.
How many points do we need to win that by?
I want to say for insurance policies, I want to say at least 2 goals. At the very least. 3 goals would be a bonus. But I don't think we're going to win by 3 goals personally. But I'd love it at the same time. But yeah, by at least 2 goals. We have to, because the home leg's at the Emirates. So we need to take advantage of the fact that, yeah, I know they ain't got no fans. And really, that shouldn't really play too much of a part for Bayern Munich, because they have experience in the Champions League anyway. So I don't think that's going to concern them too much. But in terms of us, we need to use that to our advantage. Again, we need to go out there and play the game of our lives. Like, literally close down space, not give Harry Kane anything, because that guy, I'm sick and tired of seeing him come and scoring against us, man. So I don't want to see that again, man.
I like Drogba, man. He used to play Drogba. Every time you look up, Drogba was
literally, man. Is that the same thing? Drogba's and the Rooneys back in the days. It's just always them players that anytime they come up against us, they're like almost guaranteed to score. You get me? So, like, hopefully, like, we just nullify Musiala, because he's another one that we need to. I'll put Declan Rice on him. Like, I just say Declan Rice, just stick with him. Like, don't give him nothing. Get me? Because like, he's the main player that can create something out of nothing for them. And yeah, man, we just got to go out there with, like what Anfield Rodds was saying, with the mentality to say, you know what, we need to win this game. And go out and not fair. Like, we can't go there, and play with fear. Because that'd be the worst thing for us to do. We need to go there and play like, you know what, this is the time now where these players need to step up. Like, for example, if Saka's going to be fit, everyone's talking about, oh, Saka world class, this world class, that, This is your chance to prove it, because you're coming up against world class players on the world class stage. So you need to step your game up, man. Odegaard's another one. Him as well. All of these players, this is the time where you have to step up. Get me? Because right about now, I want us to go as far as we can in the Champions League and win the title. That's literally and nothing else. Because last season, trust me, that broke me, man. I can't lie, that broke me. After that, you know what it was? It was after that Liverpool game. I said to myself, you know what? We're gonna mess this up. I could feel it, because that Zinchenko moment, I'll never forget it. Because I was screaming at half time to take him off in that game. And put Tierney on. Had we done that, I thought we could have seen that game up. But it's just ifs, buts, and maybes. But man, I just hope for a win on Tuesday, man. We have to win. Anything less than that, we're in trouble.
Richard, you just talked about Bukayo Saka, and about the argument and discourse about him being a world-class player or not. And he should be able to put up a world-class performance in that game against Bayern Munich. Let's go for a reality check down here. Bukayo Saka did not play against Luton. He hobbled off in that game against Manchester City. Why should we be thinking that this guy should put up a world-class performance in that Bayern Munich game when he's injured? This guy is injured. Even if that guy comes in that Bayern Munich game, he's injured. He won't give you the best. So I don't know, man. He's not gonna give us the best. This season he's been having lots of stinkers, but his goals this season is actually the highest goal scorer for Arsenal. This season has kind of like glossed all over his performances this season. He's not it this season. Let's be frank. I don't expect a world-class performance from him on Tuesday. Even if he's going to play, for me, I would just say don't play him. To be very sincere with you, let's put another player there who would give us an output, because we do know that he's not going to give 100%. On Tuesday, he's injured. That's a fact. And you know what? I would like to agree with with our brother, of course, the Liverpool fan down here. See, yeah, I really think that Arsenal should have a go against Bayern Munich. In as much as Bayern Munich have an attacking trio that could send shivers down to anyone this season. Of course, Harry Kane, Musiala down there too. Leroy Sane down there too. I do know that they have that thing going on for them offensively, but again, in the middle of the park this season and defensively for Bayern Munich, I see lapses. I continually see lapses in that team. Kimmich is looking like a clown down there in defense. They have Eric Dyer, who is dancing the Macarena down there in the heart of the defense. Come on, man. Alfonso Davis is on form. Opencano is getting red cards for fun this season. He's looking completely underwhelming. Goretzka and Lamina, I've been really looking and Lamar, I've been looking that good this season. That quite underwhelming in the middle of the park. So I still do think that we can still exploit their defense. Because definitely, if we can be able to shut down Harry Kane, if we do believe in our defensive mechanism this season, Arsenal have defended properly this season. Why can't we use that as an armory against these guys? If Rolls Royce and Gabriel Magalhaes are having a good season, then let's put it to hold off Harry Kane and the rest of them. It will be difficult, but again, I still do trust our defense. It's just getting over the line with our attackers. That's where the problem is. I don't trust our attackers right now. So we can only hope that we can be able to share the goals abroad. The way we've been getting over the line, we scored 33 goals in about 8 games at a point in time. It's not that Gabriel Jesus scored 20 of them. We've been spreading the goals abroad. Let's go with that team mentality. Let's go head to head with Bayern Munich. I still think that we could still exploit some certain kind of spaces in their midfield and in their defensive mechanism this season. See, they completely lost it against Borussia Dortmund. They've lost to Bochum. They've lost to every team who's stuck up to them and come to the faces this season. They're not really looking good defensively. And I think that's a point we have to exploit. Kai Havertz, even if he's not a prolific scorer this season, I still do think that his awkwardness is needed in and around the 18-yard box of that Bayern Munich defense. He's an awkward player. Aerial ability is just okay. So it can get us over the line. We could look the balls down there. We could keep a mid-block. And again, mind you, in the first half, in the first game of that Bayern Munich game, they don't have no fans at the Emirates Stadium. So we can literally take that as an advantage, use that to an advantage, get to beat them, like even if it's 2-0 or 3-1, anyone, even 4-1. But we do need that buffer going down there to the Allianz Arena, because I really do think we might lose because that's not a ground that we're grounded in at the Allianz Arena. Lots of horrible things have gone on in that place. Lots of grillions and barbecue gone on there, at the expense of Arsenal. Lots of horrible losses down there. So, we just have to go down there, even if we lose 2-1, 3-1, and we beat them 4-1 at home. Good. But we need to take a sufficient amount of goals down there to the Allianz Arena. At least 3-0.
Hey, Tony, check your head. Says you got a little crackling going on there.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it's short. Hold on, let me see.
Not from me. It's not from me.
Check. Let me see. Line check.
I'm on mute, boys.
Right. It's on your end, Rod.
We got him.
No, it ain't me. I just did a whole show with them. It wasn't me.
Matt, have you seen that meme? Got him.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, go.
All right. Static.
Sorry, Matt. You know that meme? Got him.
So your thoughts on going into the Bayern Munich game?
Well, it's always Bayern Munich. I always fear the worst. They are as I like to say, they are our bogey team. We always struggle against them, even before the 5-1s. Like, I still remember the games from the 2000s, 2002.
Yeah, he's still doing it, Rod.
Yeah, Rod, you're still crackling.
Yeah,
Yep.
still cracking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just
That's better. Yeah, he's on mute.
yeah,
it's good.
he's on mute. I'm with y'all. I for me
Can I
personally.
just say, sorry, mate, can I just finish my segment?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah. Paul. Go ahead,
I'll say quickly. Look, I'm always nervous when it comes to Bayern Munich because, again, they are our bogey team. They always get the better of us when it comes to the knockout rounds. So, again, this is before the 5-1s, obviously. But look, they are up and down at the moment, but this is a good opportunity to go there, and I want us to blitz them. I want us to annihilate them. I would love it if we beat them 5-1. That would be fantastic, or even 5-0. But I'd settle for 3-0 or 4-0. But realistically, I can see Arsenal winning by at least 2 goals, but I'd feel more comfortable if it was a 3 or 4 goal win. So then all we have to do is just defend for 90 minutes away, and we're through. So, but look, like I said, we shouldn't be afraid of them. I don't want Arsenal to be afraid anymore of Bayern Munich. Got to go for it. Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
But yeah, look, we'll see what happens. But like I said, they are there for the taking. Again, like I said, I'm not underestimating them whatsoever because, it's Bayern Munich. Just anything can happen. But look, like I said, we're at home. We've got to take advantage of our home leg at home against them. I would love it if we can go there and win. Like I said, I would love it if it was 3-0, 4-0. That would be a huge statement to ourselves and gives us huge confidence for the second leg away. But I don't know. It just depends on the performances. Like if we're going to put in the performance we put in against Newcastle away, at home when we won 4-1, or the performance against Luton Town. You just don't know with Arsenal.
I think we've got to go in, and we just got to get it done at home. I feel like if we don't get it done at home, you are really asking for trouble going to the Allianz. 1-0, 2-1, 2-2. That kind of deal.
That's what I mean.
You asking for it. Go ahead, Rod.
Can I just say something? Right, when we played them, what we got to remember is when we played them in the Champions League, and we played them at Anfield. The first leg was at Anfield. It was 0-0. Remember, it was 0-0. It's when we went to Germany, and then we sort of like beat them 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. 3-1 in Germany, and we went through. And the same season that day, we won the Champions League that same season. And I just think at the day with Arsenal and day, right, is like they know at the day what they're like in the Champions League. You know what I mean? Yeah. And personally, I think it's about time that Arsenal won the Champions League. I think it's about time. Do you know
we agree.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liverpool fan. We'll take that, Rod.
No, it's true though. It's true. I mean, come on now. Man. Seriously, you lot have been completing in it long enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your record in competing in the Champions League doesn't compare to what you should have won. Let's have it straight. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But so it's about time you not won it. So I feel at the day, right? You get out of them for early, and once you score, don't stop scoring. You just don't stop scoring. You just go for it and just try to kill off that tie in London. So when you go to sort of like Germany, do you know what I mean? Yeah, you go to Germany, you can ease, you can take the foot off the pedal because you've already done the hard work in London. Do you know what I mean? Personally, I think you've got the players to do it. You've got the players to do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like so, Odegaard, and if Odegaard is on his game that day, he's unplayable. Trossard is on his game on that day, unplayable. Do you know what I mean? Kai Havertz certain day could be a handful sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So it's not. Then you got like a good. You got Gabriel and Saliba as your centre backs. So it's not as if you ain't got players there that can actually turn it on. But I always say this: it's got to be the right mentality. Do you know what I mean? You got to go to get your food and finish your food. You got to do it. Do you know what I mean? And personally, at the day, to me, at the day, I think if you don't get past Bayern Munich this time, it could be a long time out the day that you're in a position like this in the quarterfinal. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
It could be a long time, and you and I don't want to see that. Do you know what I mean? You and I don't want to see that because I don't want to see a bunch of cheats at the day winning every season. I don't want to see that. That's
respect, man.
That's not what I support football for. Do you know what I mean? I support football at the day for people at the day that play the game right in the day to win shit. Do you know what I mean? Not like a bunch of cheats. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and they're getting away with it. Seriously,
respect, man. Respect,
no, it's
man.
true. So really and truly, you got to look at it this way. At the end of the day, right? Listen, we earned the right to be here. Do you know what I mean? And now we're gonna bring it home. We're gonna go further. Even if you get past sort of like Bayern Munich, yeah, and you get past Bayern Munich, and even if you lose in the semi-final, for instance, let's say you lose in the semi-final, at least you got past that big hurdle. At least you know at the day, well, we can get to semi-finals.
Yeah,
we can get to the finals, and then the following season and day, due to the draw that you get, you might think, well, there's no reason why we can't go all the way. Do you know what I mean? But you have to have the right mentality. That's what I seriously cannot emphasize it enough, that you have to have the right mentality. These tournaments are all about mentality. It's not about your performance, you know, because we got the right mentality, the performance comes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You've seen people at the day like play not so good at the day in the Champions League in the day, but they get far. They get far. Do you know what I mean? So it's really and truly. Listen, if Tottenham can get to the final, yeah, right, you lot can get to the final. Although Tottenham was always going to get beaten, and was always going to get beat. You know what I mean? That's always going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You've got to know your place in it, Tottenham, innit? Know your place, right? You know what I mean? But listen, you've got experience at the day in this tournament. You've got experience in the tournament, and I don't see any reason why you can't go to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich's coming to you, but you can't play Bayern Munich past Bayern Munich, because at the end of the day, in their league at the end of the day, they're not doing too well. They got dealt with by Dortmund. Dealt with them the other day. Dortmund slapped them up the other day. Do you know what I mean? As for Leverkusen, well, Leverkusen today has destroyed them. Leverkusen today are 13 points ahead of Bayern Munich. When have you seen that in the Bundesliga? When have you seen it today, right? That Bayern Munich 13 points behind.
I heard
Not for like 20 plus years, maybe 30 years.
Yeah,
Rod, I get you, man. But what you're offering me right now is that when you said that experience in the Champions League, I'm sorry, man. Arsenal's experience in the Champions League has been that of pain, hurt, and pain.
No,
horrible losses,
Tony,
man. Our experiences have been shallow, horrible experiences. Grillings and barbecuings in the hands of these European sides. With our European experience has been horrible. Nothing to write home about. If we to go into this matchup, it's just to go into this matchup and face them head on. If you're talking of trying to bring in experience here, bruv, you have a right to talk about experience because you're Liverpool. You've won this competition. You've done it well. You've had great managers who's taking you up there. Even Arsene Wenger, I'm sorry to say, Arsene Wenger is a creme de la creme of the managers that have managed Arsenal. But even he has had horrible stinkers in Europe. I won't count on anything about our European experience. Let's throw that out the way.
No,
let's just go and face them with the players that we have. Arsenal's experience in Europe has been horrible. The one of paint and penury.
Tony,
nothing to write home about.
Tony, you got experience. What I mean at the day, you got experience at the day. Hear what I'm saying now. What I mean, you got experience at the day in the Champions League in the day, right? Because number one, you qualified for that tournament 20 years on the trot. 20
but
years.
We didn't win. But we didn't win.
Hold on.
Bad performances.
Put me on now. Tell me, man, you know.
Top man.
My experience has been horrible.
Brother, may I big up your team, let me land the dog. Right?
Yeah,
I know.
Right.
I know.
It's all like, what I'm trying to say, you've been in this
Bombo.
you call it Hillsborough tournament and they for 20 years running, yeah.
Yeah,
And in that 20 years at the day, right, that you qualify for this tournament and in the tournament and you have played the best of the best. You know what it's like to play Bayern Munich. You know what it's like to play Real Madrid. You know what it's like to play Inter Milan. You know what it's like to play all the rest of them. You know
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Barcelona. You know what it's like to play it. There's no team at the day. There's no team that's in the Champions League at the moment and day, right? That of significance. You know what I mean? Because you get the little idiot teams in there, right? There's no team of any significance that Arsenal don't know what it's like to play them. Arsenal don't know what experience they've gained from them. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you look at it in the day, right, you come in there with experience. You have whether sort of like you've won it or whether you haven't won it, you've still got experience in that tournament. You still know what it's like to play in that tournament. You still know what it's like to face big teams in that tournament. Do you understand what I'm getting at? So what is it that you've got to use that? You've got to use that, you've got to use that to your advantage. Make that your advantage. Don't make it sort of like, a disadvantage. Make it your advantage that we know how these people play. We've played these people before. Whether it was under sort of like another tenure or like a different set of people in the day, right? The club and the day knows what it's like to play these people. The club knows what this tournament's about and that. So really and truly at the day, at this present time, it is your time to shine. Is it just your time to shine? Is it your time to go out there and everything that and literally give it all you got? Don't worry about the fact that day that you got beaten by this team and got beaten by that team in the tournament. Don't worry about that because if you go in that tournament, if you go in that game with that mentality in the day, well, you must stay at home. You literally must stay at home. You have to seriously. You have to go in there in the day thinking that day. Well, listen, we know how to do this. We're not strangers to this. We ain't strangers to this. We know how to do this in the round. Let's take it to them. That's what I'm talking about experience in the day because you know what it's like to play these teams. No matter what the outcome is in the day, right? Because you never got beaten. You never really got beaten by every team. So I mean, there was times that you got all the way to the final. You got all the way to the final for that. And had Henry put away his 2 chances in the day, right? We could be talking about Arsenal having a Champions League. You realize that?
I get that. But again, you have the luxury of talking about the experience because you do have the players right now that have experienced the Champions League. On your team, won the Champions League, and some of them are still there. Now, my team. Now, I'm making a comparison. I'm just making a. Let me land so you understand that. Right now, in this Arsenal team, the wealth of experience we have down there that has ever been to a Champions League final. In any way, I mean, finals, but quarterfinal, semi-final, final is Kai Havertz. Check it out. He's the only guy that has gotten to a UEFA Champions League final in this team. So we don't have any experienced players.
Jorginho as well.
Jorginho, but okay, good. Jorginho, but he's always on the bench, right? No, he's always on the bench, right? He's always on the bench. What is the need of having someone who has that wealth of experience where he's always on the bench? Don't get it twisted. He might not play in the coming games because Thomas Partey is back now, and Thomas Partey had a great game in the weekend anyway. So come on, man.
Partey's another one.
But again, we have to go with the right mentality. I do agree with that.
Tony, let me ask you a quick question. Yeah, right. When we got to the Champions League final, in 2019, the year that we won it. When we got to the Champions League final, right? How many people in that team at the day have been to a Champions League final? Much less than a semi-final. How many players in the Liverpool team and they, right, have been in a Champions League final?
That doesn't matter because your domestic form was there.
It does matter.
You've won a Premier League at that time. You've won a Premier League at that time. Your players were top players at the time. You had Mane.
This is before we won the Premier League. Because remember at the day, we won the Champions League first.
Yeah, that was the season before.
And the following season, Yeah, the following season we won the league.
But again, this team was don't
No,
throw this away.
no, you're missing the point.
That
Tony.
Liverpool team was pushing
No,
Manchester City
Tony,
for the
you're
title
missing
on
the
occasions.
point.
Yeah, let's not throw that away.
No, but
Arsenal
Tony,
wasn't in that conversation.
Tony, you're missing the point.
How can we be talking about Champions League experience when we have
I
clowns
knew
like
it was coming. I
Mustafi?
knew it was coming.
Mustafi and Rob Holding on this team getting
What have you done, Matt? What have you done?
inexperience.
No, Tony, let me explain something, right? Why you're missing the point. The point is at the end of the day, right, is none of those players at the end of the day, right, have been in a Champions League final prior to going in the Champions League final that season, right? But because of like the club itself at the end of the day has got experience at the end of the day in playing in that tournament, the club. I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the club. What the club represents,
Okay.
Day, right?
Yeah,
Has
what
got
the club
experience.
represents. It's quite different from that conversation you brought in.
Dude, brother. No, what I'm trying to say.
No, it's different from what you were trying to say. We're talking about the players.
It's not different,
the club
Tony.
itself.
Tony, it's not different because what I'm trying to say to you today is this: Arsenal as all right. Let me put it in a different way so you don't misunderstand me. Arsenal as an institute at the end of the day are used to being in this tournament. Arsenal as an institute at the end of the day, right, knows what it can take to get to the final. Arsenal,
but doing what though?
Arsenal Institute have played teams like this before. Do you know what I mean? So you've got that experience in the day as an institute. Do you understand what I'm getting?
As an institute.
I'm gonna give y'all. I'll put a cut in.
No, I get where it's coming from. I get that.
Let me show y'all what the institute, the modern day institute of what Arsenal is.
We leave United to have a go at the Europa League.
No, don't say you leave us. No, don't say that because
we leave United to have a go at
the
Europa League.
No, don't say you leave us. No, don't say that because
So on Tuesday, the fish, we are right here in the midst of the fish. This is that fish. The fish is going on Tuesday. The fish starts on tomorrow as well. Look, let's not forget, we've got a game tomorrow that will not be a walk in the park. Let's not. We I know we was on Champions League, but let's not forget tomorrow we have a very, very important game against Brighton.
Bigger fish to fry.
Bigger fish.
We have it all in our hands.
It's literally all in our hands. Yeah. So this is it. And tomorrow, let's get your predictions on the games for the weekend. For me, I'll go first. I feel like tomorrow Arsenal will win. I think we'll win by a score of 2-1. That's me. 2-1. All right. Tank, I'm gonna come your way, brother. What's your prediction on tomorrow's match with Brighton at the Amex championship final tomorrow?
Yeah, I was gonna say 2-1 as well, to be honest. I think we'll beat them.
All right. Static.
2-0 Arsenal. It's going to be, I'm just going to say quickly, it's going to be a very low. Let's be honest. Brighton's another bogey team for Arsenal. So, yes, I know we won 4-2 away last season. We won 2-0 earlier this season, but I still haven't forgotten what happened last season towards the end. A 3-0 loss at home. So, I will, like I always do, as I have been all season, I proceed with caution. Every game I proceed with caution, especially tomorrow's game. But look, for some weird reason, I think we'll win 2-0.
Okay. All right. Tony, man, what you got, brother?
See, man, I think we'll get over the line. I'll go with that. I'll go with that score line 2-0. And that's not because I believe in our attack, but because I believe more in our defense. I think this defense it's literally the best in Europe. I know I could be counted by anyone. I get that. Yeah, you could bring in Van Dijk into the equation, but Van Dijk and Konate hasn't really played that much this season anyway, for us to actually say this is that because of injuries. But for me, I would say bar Virgin Van Dijk and the rest of them, I really do think that this Arsenal defense is something we should pride ourselves on. Going away from home, we've always kept clean sheets. So the defense will be the key, to be the bedrock, of Arsenal winning these games both away and at home. So Arsenal 2-0.
All right.
It won't be easy to be a hard-fought one, but 2-0 should get us over the line.
And Raj, y'all got a little small matter of the minnows of Manchester this weekend.
Yeah, minnows.
That small team.
For a start, I'll say that Arsenal tomorrow, I concur. I think it's 2-1. I think they do win 2-1 tomorrow. I think in the end it'll be a bit too powerful for Brighton, unless they don't rest their players and they're thinking bigger fish to fry and all that bollocks. Well, so 2-1 for Arsenal tomorrow.
Wow.
Sunday, I think we beat Man United 2-0. I think we beat 2-0
at Old Trafford.
Yes.
2-0.
Yeah, because the things about it, Tony, we've done it before. We've beaten them. We've beaten them before. We've beaten them twice.
When was that? Sorry. When was that?
5-0.
Yeah, it was last year. 5-0.
No. That was last season.
5-0. You forget the 5-0.
No. I mean at Old Trafford.
Yeah,
that was
last season.
They got rocked last season. Yeah, last season.
Yeah, that was 5-0. Then when they come, and then we do 5-0.
Yeah,
and then when we went back to Old Trafford another time, they beat us 2-1. But then when they came to sort of like Anfield, we beat them 2-1. Yeah, but we rocked it there before, so we can do it. We can do it.
Don't forget the 7-0 win.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so rocked on that one. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah, I had them winning 4-0 tomorrow. Personally, I had them 4-0. So I mean, that's Manchester United, buddy.
It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me.
Hey, Manchester United don't matter until they play us. When they play us, then they'll show up with the.
They'll turn up for that game.
But their biggest rivals, they will not turn up against them.
When we play United away, they play like Brazil.
You know what I'm saying? You got them, Chelsea. They'll show up like this is, and that goes, and we'll get ready to wind it down. But this is why I was telling people about the last several games here. Chelsea, Tottenham, United.
Yeah,
I know the other teams out there, but those three right there, I'm telling you, that is walking down the highway to hell right there. Playing all three of them teams, because they're all gonna bring it, because the fact that it's gonna mean something to them. So we got to get it prepared. We got to win this game tomorrow. Get through Bayern, no injuries. Think Villa's in between them, if I'm not mistaken. Villa's in between them, right?
Yeah.
That's another one. That's another tricky team for us. Now everybody else, they'll beat them, and then they come to us, and then it's it's chaos. Yeah, they have they have a go. So
we'll keep fighting.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, what a show! What a show! What a show! Had a blast, man. Had a blast. I knew Tony and Rob the bomb was gonna go off. I didn't know when.
I was waiting for it.
And I just let you roll.
You have to teach Tony sometimes, man. You have to teach him and calm him down sometimes.
You have to teach Rod some things too, man. You have to teach Rod some things.
You have to get you have to teach
Rod some things too, man.
I'm trying to give you
telling me about the experience. My experience in the Champions League has been that of pain and hurt.
Energy, I'm trying to give Arsenal energy. And that's weird coming from
I get that.
An Arsenal fan. You know what I mean? That is weird coming from Arsenal when a little.
No, I get. That's why you have to tell yourself the truth.
Hold on.
Our experience has been that.
Hold on. Started again.
That's it.
Let me talk, man.
Tony. The problem with you at the end of the day, you don't let people properly explain what they're saying.
No, but you've been talking, man.
What with you,
Tony? I only interject.
So,
you only, bro.
Listen,
come on, man.
At the end of the day,
tell me about experience.
I said what I said in everything, right?
We have Conscieni and this demonic defenders down there bringing the experience, my brother. experience
So,
of pain.
Tony,
You
what?
have
Let me
that
ask you a
luxury.
question.
Whoa,
Let me ask you a question.
Hard to the player.
Are you gonna win? Are you gonna win against Bayern Munich?
Come on, man.
Are you gonna win
Ours
against
have been
Bayern Munich?
pain.
Are you gonna win against
my
Bayern Munich?
God.
We'll have a go. Now we've come to
Hey!
the main question. We'll have a go.
Are
We'll
you
have
gonna
a go.
win against Bayern
We'll have
Munich?
a go.
Yes or no?
That's what I'm saying. But don't tell me it's because of some
Are you gonna win
experience.
against Bayern Munich? Yes or no?
No
Peter?
experience.
Let's get ready to
We will have to
rumble.
go. We'll
Yeah,
have
man,
a
because
go. We'll have a
he's
go.
capping, bro. He's capping because
Yeah, we'll have
I'm
a
trying
go.
to give you some energy. Yeah,
No, how is
give me
this
some
capping?
energy in that,
How
right?
can you tell
And
me
he's giving me all
about
excuses and that.
experience
You know
when
what I mean?
Arsenal's
No,
experience in the
Tony,
Champions League has been that
whatever,
of
man.
dog shit.
All right,
We haven't
all
done
right. Here we
anything in Europe. Our
Listen,
European legacy is horrible.
Hey,
How
Tony,
can you
where
tell
can
me of
everybody
experience?
where can everybody find you at, Tony? Where can they find you?
You can find him in the mud.
That's his son. Yeah.
You can find him in the mud. That's what you can find him in the mud. You know what I mean? In quicksand. You can find him in quicksand. Quicksand FC for blood. Yeah.
Blood
I tell you,
clad brother.
You know
man.
what, Tony?
See,
You know
man,
what?
Oh,
I-
Lord, fire.
Let me say something about Tony. Tony's my brother, you know. Tony's my brother.
yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
But
Tony's my
true.
brother. Straight no, I'll tell
But-
anybody listening for that, right? Tony's my brother.
Yeah, man.
Straight.
We do this all the time. We do this
We,
all
we,
the time.
we do this all the time. And you know what it is?
We do this
When-
all the time.
Way back when at the day,
That's true.
way back when at the day,
Absolutely
when I had 35 subscribers and for that, right? Tony was the only man to fuck with me still. So yeah, man, come and do some stuff and this and that. He was the only one and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? So my respect for Tony and my respect for Tony and is way up there.
Yeah.
That's my brother there, you know. And anybody violate, well, boy, they can't do that. They can't violate Tony.
Hey,
And
Rube.
me, no. Come and
100.
violate Tony and me, no. No,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh,
That's not happening.
Nah, that's my brother, man.
My brother.
Me and this guy have been kicking it. We even have a show together called Rivals Talk together on my channel.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Rod have been, Rod have been, and we get at it all the time. It's not like we're friendly, but outside when we finish the show, it's all love and hugs and whatever.
Hey, that's my little brother there. That's my little brother there, and that, right? And listen, and then I look up to the max. You know what I mean? And you know, is it? We always talk. We always have like a little disagreements about football and that. But at the end of the day, that is my brother there. That's my brother there.
Big ups, man.
Tony, where can everybody find you at, brother?
See ya. Matty, thanks for giving me the opportunity to come to your channel and check rods about our European experience, man. Man telling me European experience when it's all pain and penury and we
European
had
experience
and we had Mustafi. This demonic defenders has experience. You know what? Yeah, big up to everyone. Big up to Rod. Rod, you're my brother, man. Big up to you, man. Thanks, man. And of course, Static, man. This is one of the shows I've done with you, man. I've been expecting you on my channel. I haven't seen you. It would be nice to have you on my show one of these days, man.
You gotta let me know, bro.
At the time we've planned to have a show, it's either you're not feeling fine or something comes up. But it would be nice to have you down there. I have the utmost respect for you, Static. And of course, Lion Tech TV. This is my guy. This is my brother too, man. I kick it all the time. It's part of my channel. We do actually 2 shows together. He's on most of my watch-alongs, and I have a private show with him and with the boys on the Prem Talk factory. So of course, Lion Tech, I work with him all the time as a brother. Rods can come to my channel anytime. We have a show together called Rival Talks, and he can also invite me to his channel anytime. If he calls me to his channel, it's yes, sir. If I call on him, he drops everything. He comes onto my channel. That's the kind of guy Anfield Rods is. A lovely person to work with. So and Matt, big up to you, man. We'll do this again.
Tony, where can we find you? That's the question. Respect it, bro, but where can we find you?
Tony Cloud Gunner TV, man.
It's right there. It's right there. You can find me
right down there. Right down there.
I love this guy. Now you know why he's my G. Now you know why.
Yeah, Tony's a real one, man. Tony's a real one.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
So
that's all love.
We're blessed to have the world greatest. I told Lee this the other day. I said we have the world's greatest mod and everybody's channel. Static is in the building with us tonight, man. Brother, it's always good to see you, man. Tell everybody where they can find you at, my friend. We got to get you a channel, man. You got to get you a channel.
Yeah, I have to think about that.
Static TV, man.
Yeah, that's good. That's got a nice ring to it. I like it. Well, I was going to just say, oh yeah, Matt, I still haven't forgotten. Big love and respect to you for what you said with you and Lee workshop how to be a model. I appreciate that. Yeah. But no, listen, I'm honestly not, but obviously be modest, but I appreciate the kind words as always. You can find me on Instagram, which is just static__5. You can find me also anywhere within the YouTube community when it comes to football. Well, everywhere in fact, but definitely in the football community, mainly Arsenal. But yeah, I might occasionally appear on rival channels, so United, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, not Tottenham. But yeah, yeah. Just I had to put that in there, even though they're still irrelevant. Sorry, Tottenham fans, if you're watching. But yeah, like I said, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on YouTube, and look, if you see me live chat, yeah, do come say hello, and I'll do my very best to respond. And big love and respect to everyone on the panel, especially it's the first time I've done a show with you, Lion, Tex, and Rods. Although I have seen you guys many times with Tony with previous shows on Tony's channel. Big love and respect to you as well, Tony. It's always great to see you as always. But yeah, you two, Lion Tex and Lion Tex and Rods. Obviously, seeing you guys around on many other channels. As
big
well.
up, man.
But yeah, and Matt, obviously, as always, it's great to have you back as always, Matt, and thank you for having me on again. It's a real pleasure, and big love and respect to everyone in the panel again, and to everyone in the live chat. Do hit that like button and subscribe. Sorry, I had to be a mod there. That's it.
All right, brother.
Static. You haven't answered the question. Where can we find you?
I just told you.
You just said that.
He did.
I just told you.
You're winding him up.
Yeah. Rods, I now know why you call him a troll sometimes.
So brother,
Tony. Hold up.
I tell you, I've been on with this gentleman here twice. Well, this is the third time. Excuse me. This is the third time I've been on with him, man. And
yeah, you me 3 times.
But not you. I'm talking about somebody else. Talking about somebody else.
Yeah.
But
I'm hurt now.
I want to make sure I give him his flowers, man. Every time we get on, we cut the fool. We cut the fool off. A lot of folks don't know we talk off the interwebs, and we cut the fool on the phone just as bad. And that's our brother Rod, man. This is the first time I had Rod over here, man. I tell you, this is gonna be something we're gonna have to do all the time. And we sit, this is like sitting in the class, goofing off in the class. So, Rod, it's always good having you, brother, man. You're one of the few Liverpool fans that I can get along with and enjoy myself. So, brother, tell everybody where they can find you at, man. And Rod is one of the most balanced form for fans that I know. It's always good to meet rival fans, but when you find them balanced, that's when you can really enjoy, talking football, and that's what I enjoy.
Nice. Yeah, man. Listen, football is a thing we all enjoy. But first off, big respect goes out to you, Matt, for having me in the show, man. And listen, every time we do something together, it's always beer, joke, and laughter. And this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? This is not supposed to be taken too seriously. That I talk to this person, he ain't talking to that person. No, sir. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. Do you know what I mean? I love being here tonight. It's been fun. It's been really fun. And I've got to meet 2 new people. I've got to meet Static. I've got to meet Lion Tech TV. Do you know what I mean? I've got to meet these people. And if I wasn't on your show, I want to meet these people. And these people are great people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Tony, my brother, obviously, and then Dayra, me and him go way back. Do you know what I mean? And we have a little back and forth, but it don't mean that. It's a family thing. It's a family thing. You know what I mean? That's what I always say. It's a family thing. And he loves trolling people as well. He loves trolling people. He loves it. See, he's laughing now. See, he's laughing now.
Have you seen his stories on Instagram, boys? Oh, you're always trolling, Tony.
But listen, you know me.
Sorry, go on, Rod. Go on.
With Tony at the day, anytime Tony calls me, I'm there. He called me the other day and he gave me half an hour notice and everything that, and I was there. Do you know what I mean? It's only to say that my internet wasn't working properly and that, do you know what I mean? That I couldn't stay for long, but I'm there. That's my brother there. Do you know what I mean? And it's a pleasure to be with you guys and the day chopping up with football. Lion Tech, I shall look for you. I shall look for you on YouTube. You're on YouTube, yes?
Yeah, YouTube.
I should really look for you on YouTube. Hold on, let me just take a picture of that. But and I'm going to subscribe to your channel, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Lion Tech TV, please subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, man. Everybody's got to show love to everybody, and from the support.
Definitely.
Because if we can't support each other, who's going to support us?
Yeah.
Literally, who's going to support us? You know what I mean? So we should be able to support each other. Listen, you can find me on Anfield Uncle Rod's on YouTube. Yeah, chopping up with these guys. You know what I mean? I do like watch-alongs. I do match reaction. I do like reaction to like certain videos. I've done a reaction to Danny Mills thing the other day that he was talking some trash the other day, so I've done a reaction on that. There's general things about football and everything that I'm available to any of you guys in the day. If you're doing a show and you want me in the show, just let me know. And if I'm not doing nothing, I'll be there. I'm also on Instagram as well. Anfield Uncle Rod on Instagram and Anfield Uncle Rod on Twitter as well. These are the places you can find me. I've just gone over the 3,000 mark. Well, 3,029 subscribers. So I'm going to be setting up a sister channel. I'm not too sure of what it's going to be yet. I have to have a think on the weekend, but I'm going to be setting up a sister channel as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's all good. And listen, everybody support everybody. This is what it's all about. Everybody support everybody. It doesn't matter at the day that you don't support that club. Everybody supports everybody. As long as it's not Man United or Tottenham, no, I'm joking. But everybody support everybody. Do you know what I mean? And listen, again, Matt, thank you ever so much for inviting me on the show. Anytime you want me back here again,
absolutely.
Just let me know.
Bro, you know you're coming back. You ain't got to say nothing. You coming back. You already know I'm bringing you back.
All right.
You already know this.
Rod, congratulations on your reaching 3,000 or over 3,000.
Congrats, brother.
Big up, man.
And
work.
We're going to do
work.
I just want to say quickly, sorry, Matt. Sorry, I just want to say, Lion Tech's Uncle Rod's. I will definitely subscribe to you guys on YouTube, and if you guys are on Instagram, I'll follow you guys.
Bless up, man.
We're definitely gonna be doing this again. I'd say we're probably gonna do right before the end of the season, and probably at the end of the season we'll come back all together.
Don't leave it too long, Matt. 2 months later.
Y'all see me. I be in these streets. I had to work, man. I ain't got big money like Tony.
He's out there, bro.
This man's got work. Yeah.
I got that long wallet, man. I gotta work for mine. Yeah. I'm out here handing them out.
Feeling, bro.
I'm handing them out, bro. I'm handing them out. Thanks, brother.
Tony's a Nigerian king.
He's a prince. He's a prince. Moving on up, man.
Hey, he's a prince. You know,
Prince Moomba.
Yeah. Hey, Lion Tech's my boy, man. We have had a blast, man. We've been on panels galore and chatting it up, man. I love your energy, man, and it's just always good to have you around. You know that big smile, man. Just enjoy having you, brother. Thank you for coming over to my channel for the first time, man. And it definitely won't be your last time over here as well, brother. Tell everybody where they can find you at, my friend.
Yeah, first of all, man, it's a pleasure to be on with you, Matty, man. You know what I mean? Like you're like one of the funniest people I watch on YouTube for ages, bro.
Facts.
Especially with your wordings and stuff, man. It's just funny, man. When you, Lee, and Jez get together and Kenny Ken is brilliant, man.
So like, let me cut it quick. It sounds like Dukes of Hazzard, isn't it? Dukes of Hazzard.
That's some Georgia boys there. From Hazzard County. Yeah, that's it. You get the two boys. Yeah.
Nah, it's always a pleasure, Matty, man. Thank you for inviting me on your channel for the first time, man. Like, it's been a pleasure, man. Like, thoroughly enjoyed it, man. You get me? Like, yeah, subscribe to Lion Tech TV on YouTube. At the moment, I just do like reaction videos and stuff, mainly on Arsenal or even on other stuff other than football. So subscribe to me, man. I'll be doing live shows probably from next season. So anyone's welcome. So if you want to come on, just hit me up. And yeah, man, let's have a blast, man. But yeah, it's always a pleasure doing streams with you lot. Anfield Rods, obviously, watch you for ages as well. Static, I always see Static in the comments. But it's nice to meet you for the first time. Like, I know
Likewise,
you're
man.
everywhere, so like, big up yourself as well.
Thank you.
Tony, you know the thing already, man. I'm there when you need me. You know what I mean? And vice versa. You get me? And that. Matty is it's just a pleasure to do stuff with Matty, man. Because Matty, Lee, Kenny Ken, all of them, man, they're all legends. So like, they even get me on the channel is like it's a big statement. So like big up to you and big up to everyone in the chat as well, man. It's been a pleasure.
Enjoyed it, man. I'm gonna tell
Lion
you.
Tex, sorry, Matt. I just want to say quickly, Lion Tex, you look like the actor in the Bob Marley movie. And that's a compliment. I wish it was Bob Marley, son.
No, I think he's a bit lighter than me still. He's a bit lighter.
He's a bit lighter. Oh my days. He's a bit lighter.
Going in light, he gonna look like Shalimar. You look like Static.
That's a groupie, man. That's a groupie that back in the day, man. Shalimar was wicked, man.
By the way, boys, I just want to say, Matt knows this. Apparently, I look like Stevie Wonder. That courtesy of Lee Gunner as well.
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, that way he called you? Oh my days.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
no.
It's been stuck with me ever since. People call me that. People call me Ray Charles.
With the glasses,
Lenny Kravitz.
Hey, let me throw this out
there.
My boy E-Ross dropped this in there. I'm gonna tell you, you'll get this out of me. You'll get this praise if we bottle this title run. You will hear me say that. You will hear me say that infamous phrase if we bottle this title run. That'll probably be the title of my fan cam. If the day we bottle the title, that's what the fan cam. You can put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. All right,
so, with that, y'all. Is a legend, man. Highbury Local Badger is also a great guy in the charts. Highbury Local Badger is a great guy. Big ups to Highbury Local Badger, man.
Tony, let me before I go. I'd be remiss. I'd be remiss if I did not do this before we go. I want to give a shout out to Jez. Just reached 5,000 subscribers this week. Congratulations, brother.
Big up, Jez, man.
Much deserved. Should be, in my personal opinion, should be higher. But Jez, 100%. I'm happy. Darren was in the chat tonight. The symbol was in the chat. Anthony Burton was in there. Dale Boy, Mama Flossie.
Matt, we're gonna help Dale Boy.
Yeah. I mean, we had a cast. AJ was in the chat. They was going there tonight in the chat. Highbury's Local Badger. Everybody was in the chat tonight. People coming over from Rod's channel want to say thank you for coming over tonight. Hope that you subscribe. Make sure you hit the button. And hey, man, everybody, another championship weekend beckons starting tomorrow. So let's see what this weekend holds. I just hope that it works out for Arsenal. So we are out. Have a good night, everybody. Be safe. And Roman Reigns gonna end that story, by the way, starting tomorrow night too. For those,
I see that the Rock is back. I got back into watching it. I was like, "Raw, but he's wearing the shirts again," and that. I was like, "This is like throwback." What I mean?
All right, we're here. Peace.